Hey everyone, thanks so much for coming by today. We are going to be making old-fashioned glazed cake donuts from Magnolia Cookbook volume number 3. So I've never made donuts before. I'm pretty pumped about it. I even bought a new gadget for this, so I'm very excited. So let's get started. Okay, so it's time to make our donuts. So first up, we have our cake flour here. We're going to sift this together with some baking powder, some kosher salt, and some nutmeg. We're going to sift it till all combined. Okay, this is ready. We're going to put this off to the side and we're going to go right over to our blender where we have some softened butter. This is room temperature, some granulated sugar, and some brown sugar. And we're going to beat this first before we add the rest of the ingredients. We want this nice and smooth. She says about 3 minutes, so. All right, I think we're ready for the next step, which is adding in our sour cream, our egg yolks, and our vanilla. And let this go for a little bit. I'm going to scrape the sides in a couple seconds. It's definitely becoming battery, which is not a word, but it's a word today. All right, so that is all scraped. I'm going to do one more little swirl here. And it's time to add in our flour mixture before we add in the buttermilk. So let's get that in here. And combine. Okay, so it's just combined. I'm going to add in our buttermilk. It's going to be very sticky. Okay, this is all ready. I am going to just give it one last little swirl. Let's take everything off here. All right, I'm going to give it one last push through. All right, we are ready. So I'm going to take this off the paddle. Everything's going to be off and ready. And we are going to put this in the refrigerator for 1 hour covered. So it'll need to set. And it's very sticky, as you can see, but that's what we're going for. All right. Let's get this in the fridge and we'll see you in 1 hour. Okay, so it's time to take our dough that's been chilling in the fridge for about an hour and we're gonna roll this out on a floured surface. So I'm just gonna get this to about 1/4 of an inch thick. So let's roll away. Whoa. cold, so it's a little harder to roll it out. But we'll get it. Okay, just about all rolled out, I think. Is this 1/4 of an inch thick, you think? I think so. We'll go with it. All right. Let me just do one last little roll. Okay. All right. So like I said earlier, I have my new gadget. So I am going to use this to make some donuts. See how it works out. How cute. It's like too perfect. Is that too thin, you think? 1/4 of an inch? Okay. All right, so we're gonna save the donut holes as well. So I'm gonna put them off to the side because they will get cooked. No dough left behind. Make it? Yep. All right. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually going to save this rest of the dough for later. I'll either freeze it, if that works out, but we're gonna try just these donuts for now. So I'm gonna warm up the oil to about 350 degrees, and then we're gonna pop them in the oven. We're gonna put them on the stove, and then we're gonna glaze them. Okay, so while our oil is heating in the back over there, we're gonna go ahead and make our glaze. So the glaze goes on after about 5 minutes after we pull out the donuts. So I'm gonna get that glaze ready now so that we're ready to go and glaze it up. So we have our powdered sugar. We have 1/2 and 1/2. Okay, we have corn syrup. Syrup, if it wants to come out. There we go. Okay. Probably should have gotten a spatula, you know, but that's all right. Some kosher salt and vanilla extract. And let's whisk away. Whisked, ready to glaze. Let's go check our oil, then we can pop those in the fryer and finally be able to try what smells delicious. All right, well, that's not gonna work. Let's go over. Okay, so our temperature is at about 350, so I'm gonna start by putting in the first donut. And she says to leave it on for 1 minute each side. You know what, I'm gonna do 2 because I have enough room. And you know what, I'm gonna do 3 because I have enough room for 3. There we go. So 1 minute each side. The donut holes take 30 seconds, she says, so we'll do those last because those will be very quick. And I have my wire rack ready to go, so I'll just pop these out, throw them on there, and then once these are done, we'll glaze them within 5 minutes. Okay, time to flip it over for another minute. go for another minute and we'll take them off and throw them on our wire rack. Okay, so all of our donuts are done. I'm gonna head over to the other counter and to glaze them. I guess I should say I thought they'd puff up a little bit more, but let's go check them out in the glaze and try them. I'm sure they taste amazing, but let's check it out first. Okay, so it's time to glaze. So she does say to take the donut and just do the tops, but because these are a little thin, I'm gonna just glaze them with a spoon. So check it out. The donut holes have fallen to the bottom, but they're just grabbing the leftover glaze that falls, so I'm not worried about the donut holes. Okay, I think we're good to go. So I'm gonna wash my hands, try these out, see how they taste. Okay, so it's time to try our old-fashioned glazed cake donuts. So I'm gonna just go right in and see how these taste. Okay, so flavor's good. I really like the glaze on top. It definitely helps sweeten it up. I do love an old-fashioned donut, so this really is up my alley. The only thing I wish is that they were actually more of a donut. I do think this probably should have maybe 2 tablespoons of baking powder, not 2 teaspoons, because as you can see here, they're a little flat. But the taste and the flavors are all there. So I'm gonna give this another go the next time and probably up that baking powder a little bit to see how they taste. Or fluff up. I'm looking for that fluff. But otherwise, the flavor is amazing. So if you have tried it and it's worked out, please tell me what you did differently because I want to know. So thanks so much for coming by and watching me make these cake donuts. I appreciate it. I'll catch you next time. Please like and subscribe. A cake cutter donut. No, I ruined it. Donut cutter. Yeah, I'm ready.
That one I'll start once we get there.